close with the finale of The Last of Us.
Yeah.
No, a pretty exciting episode. Honestly.
What an episode.
I was like, I don't even know which one I want to say is better, the second to last or the last. They were both really good.
Yes. I think the second to last works for Ellie, definitely. But this last one, man, what a conclusion.
It works for Joel.
Yes, yes. Now, I was not expecting, if you played the game, that part with the whole hospital is a lot longer in the game.
Oh, yeah?
So, I wasn't expecting it for it to be just one episode. I thought it would have been like, okay, they're going to show him, like, get there or something like that.
Yeah.
But they moved it along really, really quickly. I don't know if you guys noticed, but, like they're walking around, the whole giraffe scene. He got knocked out, and then he's at the hospital. And then, like, from when he wakes up to when he finally captures Ellie, it's like, I want to say 5 minutes of pure, like, carnage.
Was it like kind of like that in the games as well?
Yeah. At that point, now you're fighting people who are shooting you back with guns.
Oh, okay.
But it's longer. The hospital does feel longer.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Let's talk through it. So this last episode was called "A Look for the Light," and it starts off with this lady who's pregnant, running through the woods, and you know, you kind of already guessed that it's Ellie's, like, I guess, birth or mother or whatever.
She looks like Ellie.
Yeah. Yeah, and in fact, that is the actress who actually voices Ellie in the game. Yeah. Very cool. So that's really cool because, you know, if you watch the after thing, she says it's funny because she's like, I played the character and now I get to be the mother of the show character. So it's very, like,
emotional,
passing on the baton, basically. But yeah, she runs into this house, which is, like, in the middle of nowhere, kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then, like, she locks the door and she, like, puts, you know, chairs in front of it. How did this clicker get all the way to where she was so quickly? That was one of my questions. I'm like, does it know exactly where she's at? What if she's, like, silent?
Yeah.
But I mean, she can't be silent. She's already going through the birth pains, I'm guessing. So that's a lot of pain. The clicker breaks through and attacks her, and she manages to kill it, but it does bite her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then, like, she has the baby, like, right there, just like like a water slide. And then you know, it cuts back to Joel and Ellie kind of walking through this abandoned city, and you see how the last episode affected her. And I guess it's been a while because it's already, like, they're wearing like short sleeve. It's not cold anymore.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been a bit, but Ellie's still very much, like, non-communicative, very silent, just kind of, like, looking like.
Yeah, and it's different to see Joel being the one that's talking and bringing up conversation, trying to like ask for jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, very much what do you call it? A switching of the roles from the beginning of the show.
Yeah, like Usher trading places.
But yeah, very much just Ellie is you know, not talking. He has to force her to, like, do anything, even when he, like, pushed her up to the thing, like, you know. But then she, like, sees a giraffe and she gets to, like, feed the giraffe, and that you kind of see that innocence come back for her, where it's like, whoa, like this wonder.
Yeah, like this is so cool.
Yeah. And then, like JP says, they're walking through, and he's like, you know, tell me some more puns. That also brings out some, you know, she starts laughing and she, like, pulls that out and starts giving out some bad ones. Real bad jokes, real bad. Good dad jokes, so I'm probably going to use some of those. And then, you know, somebody throws, you see these guys behind them, and they throw a flashbang, and basically the world goes white for Joel. They take Ellie, and then he wakes up. Or I guess during that time, you see the conclusion of the what happened to Ellie's mom, where I guess Marlene from the Firefly shows up with some guys, and they break into or they go back into the house, and they find her, and she's like, you know, I got bit. I need you to take the baby. And Marlene's like, nope, I'm not gonna do that. No way. You know, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
And she's like, I guess this girl is her best friend. They grew up together, but she's like, you know, you know, you're my best friend. Take her, make sure she's safe. And you have to kill me. And she didn't want to. Oh.
Yeah. And she just walked in like a G.
Yeah, like a
like, bah!
Yeah. You know, she was protecting her. I guess she had to fulfill that promise. So kind of we see just how connected Ellie is to, you know, the Fireflies, or to Marlene.
Yeah.
I just want to know how because you know how she ended up with the Pharma or Ferda or whatever.
Yeah.
How did she end up with the Fireflies to the Ferda, and then now needs to go back to the Fireflies? That they really haven't told.
Maybe they weren't Fireflies at the time. I don't know.
Just survivors, I guess.
Yeah, just survivors, and they went to whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
And then when did Ellie get bit and they realized that she's
Yeah.
the savior, stuff like that. There's still small things.
Yeah, and maybe that's where she actually got the what do you call it? The immunity to it. When the bite happened, like the bite happened, and then the mom like cut the umbilical cord. So you know how it spreads real quick, but since it's a baby, their immune system is like off the charts. They could have fought it off. Maybe, who knows? But basically, we cut back, and Joel's waking up. He's in the hospital, and there's Marlene, standing in front of him. And it's funny how she says, like, I don't know how you made it through all the way over here. I had a bunch of people with me, 5 people just to protect me, and I still almost died. So it just kind of gives you a sense of the peril that this world still holds for them.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Where's Ellie?" And then they're like, "She's getting operated." And then the guy, she basically tells him, a doctor's gonna, find the cordyceps, the messenger, since it's like a virus or a fungus, and maybe they can use that to reproduce it and basically build a cure. But then, Joel is like, but the cordyceps live in the brain, and she's like, yeah, she won't feel anything. So it's kind of like telling her we have to kill her for the cure to happen.
Yeah.
And that's actually a choice that you actually make in the video game as well. If I'm not mistaken, it's been such a long time. I think you can say let Ellie die or save her. But it's kind of like it's weighing your options. Like, do you save one girl to save the rest of the world, or
But you never know if it's a sure thing though.
Exactly, that's very true.
A hypothesis.
Yes. Yeah. There's no way to confirm. Like it sucks because there's no way to confirm if the Ellie's, whatever the cells would create a cure.
Yeah.
Just what you said, it's not a safe thing. They haven't tested it, and if they test it out and it doesn't work, then they killed her for nothing, basically.
Exactly.
So Joel's definitely against it, and then Marlene is like, take him out, like leave him outside, give him a pack, and then of course Joel goes into Terminator mode.
Yeah, and it's funny because the guy who was shoving him and pushing him was like, oh, he's gonna die. I was like, oh man, he's acting like a jerk for a reason.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be a satisfying kill.
And that was crazy. I'm just like, wow, this guy is just taking on the entire organization, and that's like, their leader, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The leader of the Fireflies, and he's just wiping the floor with them. Like,
yeah, and it's funny because Marlene could have just like avoided the trouble, but like, hey, she's just gonna be in surgery for a little bit, but she'll be back.
She could have easily been like, she's in surgery, they're gonna take it out, and then like after she'd be like, something happened during surgery and she died under the knife. Easy done. Like, you don't, especially with Joel, especially with somebody like that, like.
When she already knows how crazy he is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's silly.
Yeah.
But I really like how both of them had an interest in Ellie. Like, Marlene kind of grew up with Ellie.
Yeah.
And then Joel took care of her. So you can see, like, which one is, like, the one who grew up with Ellie is more willing to sacrifice her than Joel, who's like, no, I want to save her no matter what.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because, it's like, do you sacrifice one person to save the world? But then for Joel, Ellie is his world.
Yeah, so exactly. He's the reason why that's why it's like she's the reason why he wants to live again.
Yes, exactly. And basically the whole world is worth, he doesn't care if he burns the world as long as he gets to save Ellie. So that definitely is a huge, like, complete 180, from the Joel that we saw at the beginning that didn't care.
Yeah.
This one's a more compassionate one. He's more, he's more, what do you call it? Not overprotective, but like, he cares about Ellie as a daughter, I would say, now.
Yeah.
And so he's going to do anything and everything he can to protect her. And we see this Joel come out and just massacre these guys, like, no mercy at all.
It's crazy too, like during the scenes when he's walking the hallway just out in the open, he just takes them out.
Yeah.
No, like 1 against 3, none of them could shoot him. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're in the Fireflies, you have to know how to shoot.
Yeah, for real. And then that part with the doctor too, like, I'm not gonna let you take her. He's just like, he doesn't even look at the guy. He's just like, oof.
No hesitation.
Yeah, no hesitation. And he takes Ellie, and then we see that he gets down to the garage where there's cars, and you know, Marlene, I guess, is waiting for them there.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, you have to let her, you have to give her back or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And of course he kills her. You know.
Yeah.
He was ready.
You think deep down Marlene wanted Joel to kill everybody? That way she doesn't have to feel bad about it. Like she attempted to get the cure, but she's like, I really hope Joel stops us from doing this.
Maybe. But then wouldn't that just set it up for her being killed by, you know, herself?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So let us know what you think. But yeah, then he takes her, you know, they're driving, Ellie wakes up, and he basically tells her, oh, you know, turns out they had a lot of, you know, dozens of people that were immune like you, and, you know, the cure was for, you know, it was for nothing. And then they got attacked by raiders, and we had to leave. And you could automatically tell Ellie was like, you know, she did not believe what Joel was saying.
Yeah.
And then you see them, I guess the car breaks down, they're walking towards, you know, where Tommy is, towards Jackson, I believe it was called. And, you know, she kind of stops him and she's like, are you telling me the truth? You know, if you tell me the truth, you know, whatever you say, I'll believe you. And he's like, or, you know, I swear to me that's what really happened. And he says, I swear to you. And she says, okay. And that's how the episode ends.
Yeah. So
now you kind of already set that tone of, you know, yeah, he did all this stuff for her, but he also lied to her. And you know, she would have definitely been the one that like, no, I need to sacrifice myself to find a cure kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Joel can't let that happen now because he's so attached to her.
Yeah, and she did say before they even got ambushed, she was like, I'm doing it, like, you know, he was like, we could just go back.
Yeah.
And she's like, then all I've been through, all the people that died and stuff like that has been for nothing.
Yeah.
And she wanted to give her life purpose.
Yeah,
and he took it away from her.
That's true, and I can understand her. Listen, I understand that aspect of wanting to save the world, you know, because you might have a cure.
Yeah.
I can also understand Joel's aspect, you know,
Yeah.
like you want to protect what's yours.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't want to get her killed unnecessarily, but you know, that's kind of like what makes The Last of Us such a great story, especially in the video game. Is you kind of know this is going to happen in the game, you know, as you play it through. So then when you get to that aspect, you know, do you kind of sacrifice Ellie to save the world, or do you just take out everybody who's trying to kill her? So that's what makes that story so interesting, and it's great to see it play out till the very end here, which I wasn't expecting. I expected the first game to be broken up into 2 seasons, but they actually did it all in 1 season. Which is
That's
crazy.
the entire first game?
Yeah, that's the entire
Wow.
first game. Yeah.
So I wonder if it's just going to be a 2-season thing then.
I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah.
Unless they're gonna expand the world out, like, you know, how they did with other things like Witcher and stuff like that.
Yeah. They might do like you know, for example, like we talk about Game of Thrones past the book and have to make their own story.
Yeah.
So maybe they're gonna do that same thing with the Last of Us. But you know what? They all did a great role. I think this is definitely probably my favorite series so far for 2023.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and mostly just for the acting.
Yeah.
You know, of course, I really like The Mandalorian, which we have another podcast about that later on.
Yeah.
Because of the sci-fi and just the nostalgia for me for Star Wars. But this story hit hard, and
yeah. This definitely gave you an emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
All the other ones were like, yeah, cool, yeah, come on, let's go, Mandalorian. Yeah, Grogu, hell yeah, Grogu. Yeah, use the Force. Yeah, dude, when Grogu hopped out of the plane.
Dude, yes,
that was funny.
yes. But this one was just crazy. Like my sister-in-law, who's never played the game, never knew what this was. You know, they just knew the hype of the show.
Yeah.
They finally watched from episode 1 through 7 when it came out, and all she sent me was Snapchats of her craving during episode 3 and crying during episode 5 when the little boy dies, and then crying when Ellie saves herself. I'm like, bro. And then she loves the show, but she's never heard about or played the video game or anything like that. And she loves the show. She says that it's crazy. So it just kind of, you can see how much, I want to say, effort and passion they did to make the show as close to the video game, because the video game is amazing. It won so many awards because of the story, and they try to keep it like that.
Yeah.
But then they also did their own thing and made a show that's worthy of the game itself. But yeah. Great show. Even if it wasn't, if you didn't know about the video game, you could watch the show and just still capture all those feelings for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, there we go. So this is the end of basically the first season of The Last of Us. Season 2 has already been confirmed. Seems like everybody's gonna come back, which is great. We're gonna see how it's gonna happen because in the game it's actually 5 years after, and Last of Us Season 2 or Last of Us 2 Part 2, the video game. It's 5 years after the first one. So we're gonna have to see how they make Ellie look older, stuff like that. So yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. They could pull it off.
Yeah,
They could pull it off.
Technically, Bella Ramsey is actually 19.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
she's playing like she's 15, I believe.
Yeah, so they could definitely pull it off.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a great show.
I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Best one so far, 2023.
Yeah, easily. Now I feel like a whole Sunday nights. What am I gonna watch?
I know, right? Go watch You.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Dude, me too.
I watched the first episode of Part 2 already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, this is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Biggie hates it though.
Oh my god.
She's like, there's no love in here? Nah, I don't want to watch it no more.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is The Last of Us Season 1. Go through our episode if you want to just hear how we changed, I guess, how we came to this conclusion.
Yeah.
Watch the show. Definitely worth it. Easily. You're right. 10 out of 10 right now. This is the show to beat. This is the show to beat for sure. And what I'm really happy for is Pedro Pascal because he gets to be in this show and The Mandalorian at the same time.
He's been blowing up a lot, especially in his SNL skits and stuff like that now too.
Yeah, that was funny.
He's been everywhere.
Yes, he has. So I'm proud as a Hispanic to see another Hispanic come up, even though he's from Chile. Okay, but it's cool to see And did you see the Academy Awards? Have you seen that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, I haven't. Well, I watched half of it.
Okay. It got 7 awards, including Best Actress, Best Movie, Best Director, Best Supporting Act. Man, it took a lot of them.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
I gotta watch half of it. Because the first half was kind of weird. But
yeah.
The second half.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. There's The Last of Us. Catch us on, Spotify, Amazon Music, all that stuff. Check out our YouTube videos for it as well. Check out our other podcasts for the movies and shows coming up. And we'll see you in the next one.
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you later.
Nice.
What episode was this? 9?
This was episode 9. Yes.